What if she hadn't found this out? Adora had been married to him since 2015, and Chioma married him 3 years later. So he had just been conning women and taking advantage of us, eh? She said. In the bustling city of Lagos, in an highbrow area called Victoria Highland, there was a woman named Ifeoma. Ifeoma was a determined, hardworking woman who had built a successful career in fashion design. Her boutique, Ife's Couture, was well known for its trendy and modern styles. Despite her professional success, Ifeoma wanted to have a family of her own. She had been jilted in the past, a heartbreak that had left her cautious yet still open to love. Her friends often told her to be patient, that the right man would come along. She hoped they were right. One hot afternoon, as Ifeoma was arranging the display of Ankara, the bell above her shop rang. A tall, handsome man walked in. He looked out of place among the colorful dresses. "Good afternoon," he greeted. His voice was sharp and deep. "I'm looking for something special for my sister's wedding. Can you help me?" "Of course," Ifeoma replied. "What kind of outfit are you thinking of?" They spent the next hour selecting fabrics and discussing designs. The man said his name was Chinedu. He was a businessman who had recently returned to Lagos from the UK. "I must say, you have a good eye for design," Chinedu said to Ifeoma, as she sketched a potential dress. "Thank you," Ifeoma replied. Chinedu soon left the store with a promise to return for the next outfit, and true to his word, he did. Again and again he came back, each time finding an excuse to stay longer. The two chatted about life in Lagos, his family, and his experiences abroad. One evening, as Ifeoma was closing up her shop, Chinedu walked in. He had a bouquet of flowers in his hand. "These are for you," he told her. "I was wondering, would you like to go out with me sometime?" Ifeoma had been waiting for this. "Yes," she said shyly. The two started going out, and everything seemed fine. But there was a nagging feeling that Ifeoma could not shake. One day she decided to confront him. "Chinedu, I need to ask you something," she began that day. Her voice was steady. "Are you married?" Chinedu looked taken aback, then he sighed. "Yes, Ifeoma, I am. But my wife is abroad with her children. We have an understanding." "An understanding?" Ifeoma echoed, her heart sinking. "Yes," Chinedu said. "She has agreed to it. She's currently in Nigeria. You can meet her if you want." Ifeoma wondered what to do with this information. A married man? She loved Chinedu, but what sort of situation was this? She decided to call her mother. "Mama, I don't know what to do," she confessed. "Chinedu is a good man, but he's married." Her mother sighed. Her expression was thoughtful. "Ifeoma, you're not getting any younger. Sometimes we must accept life as it comes," she told her. "If the man says his wife is okay with it, shouldn't you at least meet her?" With her mother's words echoing in her mind, Ifeoma decided to give it a try. A few days later, Ifeoma found herself in Chinedu's home. It was a sprawling mansion right in the middle of Ikoyi. His wife, Adora, greeted her warmly. She offered her some refreshments and the two women chatted. "It's true, Ifeoma," Adora told her gently. "Chinedu and I have an arrangement. Our lives are complicated, but we make it work." Hearing this, Ifeoma decided to give it a try. She started going out with Chinedu, and at first it was wonderful. They laughed, they shared their dreams and made plans, and Ifeoma felt a sense of happiness she hadn't felt in years. Months passed, and Ifeoma and Chinedu's relationship blossomed. Despite their initial reservations, Ifeoma found herself genuinely happy. Chinedu was attentive, was caring, and she felt a sense of happiness. Chinedu seemed to be like a perfect man, but despite this, Ifeoma still wondered if their relationship was heading somewhere. One afternoon, Chinedu was at Ifeoma's boutique. They were chatting as she arranged a new display of dresses. The doorbell rang and a woman walked in. She greeted Chinedu warmly. "Chinedu, it's been ages. How are you?" the woman exclaimed. Chinedu stiffened, his smile faltering. "Oh, hello, Nneka," he replied. His voice was strained. "I'm fine, thank you." "And how is Chioma? I haven't seen her in so long," Nneka continued, oblivious to Chinedu's discomfort. I have to go," Chinedu said sharply, turning to Ifeoma. "I'll call you later." Before Ifeoma could respond, Chinedu had hurried out of the shop, leaving Nneka stunned. Is everything all right? Nneka has turned into Ifeoma. Ifeoma forced a smile. Yes, everything is fine. If you don't mind me asking, how do you know Chinedu? Nneka smiled. Oh, he's my cousin's husband. We've known each other for years. Your cousin? Adora? Ifeoma asked, trying to keep her voice steady. Nneka shook her head. No, Chioma, was you thinking of someone else? Ifeoma felt her stomach drop. Chioma? She echoed, trying to make sense of it. Maybe Adora's other name is Chioma, or perhaps her family calls her by that name. Nneka looked puzzled. No, her name is Chioma. I'm sure of it. Ifeoma didn't know what to say to that. She thanked Nneka and tried to focus on her work, but her mind was racing. Later that night, she confronted Chinedu about it. Chinedu, I need to ask you something. Ifeoma began as they sat in her living room. Who is Chioma? Chinedu's face went pale. What do you mean? Today, a woman came into the shop and asked you about Chioma. She told me Chioma is your wife. Ifeoma explained this, watching his reaction closely. Chinedu avoided her gaze. Ifeoma is complicated. Complicated? How? Ifeoma demanded. You've been telling me about Adora, but now there's a Chioma. I deserve to know the truth. Chinedu sighed, running a hand through his hair. Chioma is my wife. Adora is... She's not my wife. She's a close family friend who helps take care of the children. Ifeoma felt a wave of anger and betrayal. So you've been lying to me this whole time? I didn't want to lose you, Chinedu said, his voice breaking. I was afraid you wouldn't understand. Understand what? Chioma snapped. That you have another wife or that you've been deceiving me? Chinedu reached for her hand, but Ifeoma pulled it away. Ifeoma, please, I love you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I need you to go. Ifeoma said, standing up. I need to figure out what this is. Chinedu nodded, looking defeated. I understand. Just know that I love you, Ifeoma. Ifeoma slammed the door as she left. A mix of anger, sadness, and confusion. What has she gotten herself into? The next few days, Chinedu was more loving than ever. He sent flowers, expensive gifts, and heartfelt messages apologizing for his deception. Ifeoma decided to confide in her close friends, Blessing and Amaka. They gathered at her apartment, and over a dinner with jollof rice, Ifeoma told them everything. Thus, I don't know what to do, Ifeoma said, her voice trembling. Chinedu lied about his wife, and I'm not sure if I can trust anything he says. Amaka sighed, shaking her head. Ifeoma, you need to count your losses and move on. This man has been deceiving you from the start. Blessing, the ever practical one, chimed in. Oh, no, wait. I think we need more information. Let's call Nneka and Adora. We need to know the full story before you make any decisions. They agreed to start by calling Nneka. Ifeoma dialed her number and Nneka answered on the second ring. Nneka, it's Ifeoma, she began, trying to keep her voice steady. I need to ask you something important about Chinedu and Chioma. Nneka hesitated. What do you want to know? Well, I've been dating Chinedu for 4 months now, Ifeoma said. He told me he was married and took me to see his wife. Her name was Adora, and she made me understand that the two of them had an open relationship. But when you came to my shop and mentioned a different name, I'm so confused. I need to understand what's going on. Nneka was screaming when Ifeoma finished her story. Chinedu, in an open relationship? He sounded surprised. This is news to me, she told Ifeoma. As far as I know, Chioma is his only wife. I've never even heard of this Adora before. And if he's telling you he's in an open relationship, that must be a lie. If this man is doing all of these things, he's been lying to everyone. Ifeoma felt her stomach drop. So who is Adora? Nneka sighed. I don't know. Chioma is his only wife as far as I know. I have no idea why it'd bring up another woman. Ifeoma thanked Nneka. She was still confused, but she was determined to find the real story. Nneka, she said, if you don't mind, do you think you can share Chioma's number? There's something going on and I think we need to get to the bottom of this. Sure, replied Nneka. I'll fill her in and she'll definitely get in touch with you. Chinedu, that liar. Nneka was so angry as she hung up the phone. Next, Ifeoma decided to call Adora, hoping to get a clearer picture. She was nervous, but she needed to hear Adora's side of the story too. Adora, this is Ifeoma, she began. I need to talk to you about Chinedu. As you know, I've been dating Chinedu, but he's been telling me these conflicting stories. Now, I found out that he's married to a Chioma. Please, I need to know the truth. Adora sounded confused. What are you talking about, Ifeoma? Of course Chinedu is married to me. Ifeoma paused. They repeated herself. What are you talking about? She said. I just found out now that he's married to a Chioma. Adora hesitated. I don't know any Chioma. Chinedu is married to me. Now Ifeoma was stunned. What was happening? Was Chinedu married to both of these women? Was he lying to both wives, and where did she herself fit in these relationships? She sighed. I'm sorry, Adora, she said. She then explained to Adora about the woman in her shop and how she had found out about Chinedu's other wife. Adora's voice was filled with anger. She could barely speak. Chinedu, she cried bitterly. I can't believe that man would do this to me. She was openly sobbing, and Ifeoma did not know how to respond to this. After all I've done for this man, she continued. Ifeoma, I did not even want to be in an open relationship, she confessed. But to hear that Chinedu is also going out to the Chioma, this is unbelievable to me. Ifeoma was stunned. What do you mean? Adora continued her rant. I've done everything to support him since he lost his job. Despite all I've done, providing for him, trying to keep the family together, and now this? Lost his job? Ifeoma countered. Chinedu told me he was successful and that he has an export business. Adora laughed bitterly. Had an export business, she clarified. Since the custom duties skyrocketed, his business hasn't been doing too well. I've been the one supplementing the household income. Ifeoma's mind raced. Then how has he been able to afford all these gifts he's been giving me? She recalled a recent conversation where Chinedu had been talking on the phone. He was saying something about losing his shipment because he needed a particular amount of money to clear it. Was he hoping that Chioma would offer to help him? Was this some sort of scammer? Thank you, Adora, Ifeoma said, her voice shaking. There's something going on here, and we all need to find out what. She told Adora that she was planning to talk to Chioma as well, and that it would be great if the three women could talk about it together. Adora agreed, and the two of them decided not to tell Chinedu of their findings yet. They needed to find out the truth. As she hung up, Ifeoma felt a wave of anger and confusion. She turned to her friends. They looked equally stunned. Now we know Chinedu has been lying to both women, Blessing said, her voice filled with disbelief. Neither of them knew about each other. Amaka nodded. Her anger was palpable. At least we have the facts now. Now you need to decide what to do with them. The next day, Ifeoma received a text message from Nneka with Chioma's number. Ifeoma dialed the number, her heart pounding. Hello, Chioma, she began. My name is Ifeoma. We need to talk about Chinedu. Can we meet? Chioma sounded eager. She quickly agreed. Sure, Ifeoma, when and where? Let's meet at Favor's restaurant in Lekki. I'll be there with another woman who needs to talk to you too, Ifeoma said. The next day, they met at the restaurant. Ifeoma introduced herself to Adora and Chioma. The three women exchanged pleasantries, but the tension was palpable. Ifeoma started. Thank you both for coming. We need to share our stories about this man. He has been lying to all of us, and we need to find out what exactly is going on. As they slowly began to talk, the truth unfolded. They discovered that Chinedu had been lying to everyone. Both Chioma and Adora were indeed married to him. But when they exchanged wedding pictures, they saw that Chinedu's parents and relatives at both weddings were vastly different. Chioma shook her head in disbelief. I can't believe this. So he's been hiring actors to play his relatives. That man has been lying to me? Adora had nodded. He's a con man running a multiple marriage scam. They also found out that Chioma and Adora had been supporting Chinedu financially, as they both had their own successful businesses. Chinedu was generous initially in our relationship, Chioma said. When his businesses started to suffer, I didn't mind stepping in because he had been so giving when he had the means. Adora nodded. Same here, she said. I thought I was helping my husband through a tough time. I never imagined he was deceiving me. Ifeoma felt a mix of anger and betrayal. He fooled us all. She was set with a sudden anger on behalf of these women and herself. What if she hadn't found this out? Luckily, she was only 4 months into this relationship, but what about this other 2 women? Adora had been married to him since 2015, and Chioma married him 3 years later. So he has just been conning women and taking advantage of us, eh? She said. We need to do something about it. Adora's eyes flashed with determination. No, he's not going to get away with this. No, we need to plan a revenge. Chioma looked like she was thinking the same thing. The 3 of them leaned in closer, their voices hushed as they began to plot. The next meeting, the women met at Ifoma's house. Adora had a whole binder of plans and strategies. She distributed the plans to the women. Ifoma smiled when she saw the title. Adora had named it Operation Destroy Chinedu. What we'll do is to attack him using a 3-pronged approach, began Adora. We start with his finances, legally, and the master plan is by public humiliation. Ifoma marveled. It was like Adora had been thinking about it for a while. Someone like that, once you cut off their money, you cut off their entire operation, said Adora. For the final plan, Adora decided that they were going to plan a birthday party for him, and there they were going to expose Chinedu to all of his acquaintances. The first step of the plan was to make sure Chinedu was comfortable. He could not know that his game was up. The next day, Ifeoma unblocked Chinedu's number and texted, "We need to talk." "Sure, darling," Chinedu replied immediately. Ifeoma almost laughed. "Oh, Chinedu, you will regret the day you ever tried me," she muttered to herself. Chinedu was at her boutique the next morning with a bouquet of roses, a packed lunch, and a beautiful gold bracelet inscribed with Ifeoma's name. "I'm so sorry, my love," Chinedu confessed. "I promise to be honest with you from now on. Adora is my only wife. Chioma is nothing. That girl, I've divorced her since. She's been cheating on me." Ifeoma struggled to keep a smile on her face. He had been lying so much that he'd forgotten his initial stories. But she didn't betray anything. "You really hurt me, Chinedu," she said, pretending. "I love you so much. I can't bear the thought of you with this woman." Chinedu looked happy and hugged Ifeoma tightly. Ifeoma felt sickened by his touch, but she kept her face neutral. "I missed you so much, eh?" she lied. The days passed, and Adora, Ifeoma, and Chioma kept in touch. They shared information. Adora was living with him, found out most of what was happening. She found out that Chinedu was planning to ask Ifeoma for money to clear his business. When Ifeoma heard this, she smiled. Chinedu was going to pay. One evening, Ifeoma and Chinedu were relaxing when Chinedu mentioned that he needed 50 million for his business. Ifeoma, who had been waiting for this moment, said, "Babe, about that money you wanted, how much is the profit on that 50 million? Chinedu beamed. 20 million, easy. I was thinking of calling my brother for help." "Abba, Chinedu," said Ifeoma. "Why would you ask your brother when I'm here? I can give you 30 million now. I would have given you more if not for..." She trailed off. Chinedu's eyes lit up. "What, babe? Tell me. What do you need?" "Well, I was planning to use that money for this Ashwebi order that I have. But I only have 20 and I don't have enough. If I got about 30 million more, I'll be able to pay you more than enough that you need for your business. But since I don't have it, I can just take this 20 million. Chinedu stuttered. No, babe, that's unprofessional. You don't want these people to say that you can't hold your hand up the bargain." His head was spinning. "No, that's not done. How much do you need again?" 30 million, said Ifeoma. "If I can get that, I can get the Ashwebi, and then I'll be able to pay you back in no time at all. Then you can borrow me the money that I need, right?" said Chinedu. "Sure," replied Ifeoma. Chinedu looked like he was calculating. "That's okay, baby," she said. "I'm sure we can figure something else. Don't worry. You're not going to lose the contract." "You mean it, babe," said Ifeoma. "Of course," replied Chinedu. "Anything for my love." The day after that, Chinedu sent the money. Ifeoma laughed when she saw the alert. She quickly called Adora and Chioma. "You will not believe your husband," she teased. Adora laughed. "He sent it?" "Yes, he sent it," Ifeoma squealed. The 3 women squealed and laughed. "I can't believe he fell for it," said Chioma. "This scammer is real." Ifeoma promptly transferred the money to them. She didn't feel like she was entitled to it, but both Adora and Chioma disagreed. They insisted that she take 10%, compensation for emotional distress. Chioma teased. Ifeoma was glad that they got along with this woman. The second phase of Adora's plan was the birthday party. It was in 2 weeks and Adora had pulled out all the stops. She had sent invitations to all their friends, families and colleagues. She even invited all his business partners and a popular blogger to document the event. On her hand, Ifeoma was loving to Chinedu. When he asked about the status of the fabrics, she said she had ordered them and that they would arrive in 2 weeks. Chinedu was happy to hear that. As the day of the party moved closer, Ifeoma realized that Chinedu did not even plan to invite her. He did not make any mention of the party at all. That was fine, because his karma was coming very soon. On the day of the party, Adora sneaked both Ifeoma and Chioma inside. They waited before the event began. The party soon progressed, and everybody came. All of Chinedu's friends and families, his colleagues, and his business partners. Adora had even invited one of those men that Chinedu was planning to get a contract from. Soon as the party progressed to the peak, the MC announced, "And now for a surprise for the celebrants." Adora approached Chinedu with a smile. "Chinedu, I have a special surprise for you. You are going to love it," she said. Chinedu's face lit up with excitement. He hugged her. "Oh, my beautiful wife, you always know how to make things special." Adora walked majestically up the stage. She glanced at Ifeoma and Chioma. Both of them had come into the party, but Chinedu was busy circulating with the guests that he did not see them. They both nodded at Adora on the stage. Adora took a deep breath and began. "Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us to celebrate Chinedu's birthday. He has been such a loving and amazing husband, and I just think that he needs a birthday like this. Right now, I have a surprise for him. Please direct your attention to the screen." The light dimmed and the projector clicked on. The room soon felt silent as a video began to play. It started with a video of Adora's wedding ceremony with Chinedu. The guests all had the video. Both Chinedu and Adora looked so young and in love. As the video progressed, the footage soon showed different wedding ceremonies, each one featuring Chinedu marrying other women. Gasps filled the room as the footage continued, showing testimonies from countless women, recounting how Chinedu had scammed them. "Stop the video, stop it, stop it!" Chinedu was screaming as he ran up the stage and disconnected the speakers. But the damage was already done. Ifeoma, Chioma, and Adora stepped forward. Ifeoma spoke first, her voice clear and unwavering. "Ladies and gentlemen, meet Chinedu Okorie, liar and scammer. This man here has been lying to all of you and all of us as well. He has been living a double life, scamming women and betraying everyone's trust." Chinedu's face was pale. I can explain, he stammered. Adora cut him off. "There's nothing to explain, so just keep quiet. You thought you were smart, eh? That you could be playing games with our emotions. You thought you were going to get away with it, but guess what? We are all on to you." Chioma added too. "And all the money that you collected from us, consider the 30 million that you gave Ifeoma as part payment." She laughed. "You even lied about your business. You are such a useless man and nothing but a scammer." The room buzzed with shock and disbelief. They looked at him with contempt. Soon everybody started to leave the hall. The blogger took lots of pictures. Adora, with a look of finality, turned to Chinedu. "You are no longer welcome in my life," she said. "Just make sure you pack your things and leave." Chinedu, now broken, was weeping openly. He tried to beg the woman, but nobody was listening to him. Ifeoma and Chioma also walked away, their heads held high. Ifeoma felt a mixture of relief and sadness, but she knew that she had made the right choice. After the party, Chinedu was ruined. The whole event of how the women had come together was a popular story in all the blogs. The story went viral, with more women coming up and saying the story of how Chinedu had lied and tricked them. They were so happy that he had finally gotten what he deserved. Ifeoma was happy about the publicity as well. That meant that Chinedu could no longer be able to scam any more women. Months later, the three women met at Favor's restaurant. They had become very good friends now. Their bond was stronger than ever. They were very happy and they looked well. They shared stories and reminisced about how they had scammed the scammer. I'm so glad we found each other through this, Ifeoma said, smiling. And I'm even happier that we've moved on from that useless scammer. Adora laughed and nodded. Yes, oh my sister, we deserve happiness and honesty. Imagine if we'd never found out about any of this. Chioma shuddered. Abi, I cannot even think about it. I'm so glad I met you girls. Chinedu, with all of his bad character, did one thing right. Ifeoma and Adora smiled and hugged her. Chioma raised her glass. To new beginnings and for finding true love. The women cheered to this. The women cleaned their glasses, their faces filled with hope and determination. Years later, the three of them had moved on from Chinedu, and they went on to find true love and make beautiful families. But their love for each other never changed, and they remain best friends to this day. The morals of the story are many. First is that we should always trust but verify. Even in relationships, it is important to be cautious and verify the truth. Ifeoma initially trusted Chinedu blindly, but later learned to seek the truth. The second lesson is strength in unity. This story shows the beauty of what happens when women stick together. Ifeoma, Adora, and Chioma did not fight each other when they found out the truth about Chinedu. Instead, in the face of that betrayal and adversity, they banded together to face their common enemy. Then you should also learn to stand up for yourself. It is crucial to stand up against wrongdoings and not to let anyone take advantage of you. The women didn't let Chinedu's deceit continue unchallenged. Karma also comes around. Chinedu's actions eventually caught up with him. His deceit led to his downfall, showing that one's actions usually have consequences. Thank you for watching this gripping story of Ifeoma. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories and click the bell icon to get notified whenever we post new content. Have you ever experienced something similar or know someone who has? Share your stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, you are never alone, and there's always strength in unity. Stay strong, stay empowered, and see you next video. Bye.